Hey folks, 64-bit Math here with another pickup video. Now for this one, I got a little bit from a thrift store, but pretty much everything I got, for the most part, is from my local retro video game store. Now, I often mention that I get good trade-ins at the video game store in my town, but I never really elaborate much more than that. So I want to just take a quick second and say thanks to Rob from I Want That Stuff. Now, there's technically Rob and James James owns I Want That Stuff, and he's more the collectibles, comics, cards, that kind of stuff. And Rob is the guy that has the video game part. But they're both really rad guys, and I never really talk too much about the store that I get a lot of trade-ins at, but I just want to say thanks to both of them for being rad guys and having a store in my town. If you're ever in Brandon, Manitoba, let me know and I will take you guys down there because they give great deals, they're very friendly, and yeah, actually I owe a lot of the good stuff in my collection to Rob. So again, thanks Rob. I know you watch these videos sometimes, so hopefully you see this one. And yeah, so thanks again bud for all the deals, and make sure you guys check out I Want That Stuff if you're ever in Brandon, Manitoba. You won't be disappointed. Now with that being said, as mentioned, I got some stuff from a thrift store as well as the game store. So I'll start with the stuff from the thrift store, just to kind of get it taken care of. Now, it's not a thrift store I've ever actually been to before. It's in a small town about 45 an hour away from my town. And I never really head that way, but I was going to this town for my niece's birthday party. So when I was there, I figured I may as well hit up the thrift store. I think it was a MCC thrift store. I can't remember the name of it. But they didn't have a ton, but it was actually a pretty big thrift store, and it looks like they get video game stuff in. It's just that I went on a Saturday, so they didn't really have much stock in. But anyway, I'll show you what I got. Their prices were fair. First up, I got some instruction manuals. Now, usually I don't pick these up on their own, unless it's for the N64, Super Nintendo, that kind of stuff. But I did get these ones because they were 10 cents a piece, and for 10 cents I just couldn't say no. So first up is Mega Man Battle Network 3, or Battle Network White 3. It's quite a long name, but I guess there's quite a few Mega Man games now, so they have to have long names to differentiate from each other. That one was 10 cents. I got Ishido, The Way of Stones. Not sure if I said that right, but 10 cents. I got Chuck Rock for the Game Boy. Well, the manual for Chuck Rock, 10 cents. And the last one is Adventure Island for the Game Boy. So, like I said, I usually don't go after loose manuals for the Game Boy, but they were in good shape. They were 10 cents each, and you can't really get much these days for 10 cents, so I figured why not. Also for 10 cents, I got another game case. Now, I use these for my Nintendo games. If they're loose and they're worth about $100 or more, then I bother to put them in one of these cases. So never hurts to have an extra one, and it was about 10 cents, so really can't complain. And the last thing I got from the thrift store is this Nintendo e-reader. Now, it was $4.85, which I think isn't bad for these. It is loose. It didn't come with any cards, which is kind of disappointing. But I am a sucker for these Nintendo add-ons. Whether they're, like this one's kind of odd, but I'm a sucker for them, and I figured for the price, why not? I don't see them around here too often, so that's what I got at the thrift store. Now, as mentioned, most of this pickup video will be stuff that I got at the retro game store in my town. I Want That Stuff, so, and this was all on trade. I don't think I actually spent any money. It was just, I just traded a lot of games towards it, so, yeah. First thing is a bunch of Game Boy and Game Boy Advance game cases. Now, I didn't actually trade anything towards this. Rob just asked if I wanted them. I said sure, and he gave them to me, so nice little bonus. And these ones were bonuses too, that he kind of just tossed in. First up is the little baggie that came with Nintendo systems. It's got the expansion pack manual, the system manual, and it's got the little white pick that you're supposed to use to get the expansion packs in and out. So I'm guessing it either came from the Donkey Kong 64 set or any N64 set that had an expansion pack right in the bundle. So nice to have that. And then I got 2 manuals as well. First up is Mario Kart 64. I have the game and now I have the manual, but I don't actually have a box for this one yet. Well, at the time of recording this, I don't have a box for it. I might coming up. I can't remember. But yeah, anyway, got that. And the second manual is Snowboard Kids 2. So quite happy to get this one. I'm guessing the game's kind of harder to find, so I'm guessing the manual's a bit harder to find. So very happy that he sent that my way. Much appreciated. Now the rest is games. So we'll jump into that. First up is some games that are just loose games. For the Game Boy, or for the original Game Boy, is the Castlevania Adventure. And happy to get this. I didn't have it, and I enjoy Castlevania games. Not sure if this one's that great or that bad, but I got it on trade, so I figured it was well worth picking up. A couple N64 games to just help me reach that magic number of 296. And they are Olympic Hockey 98, Monaco Grand Prix, and NFL Blitz 2000. So nothing super rare or anything like that, but they're on trade and they get me 3 closer to a complete N64 set. So happy with that. Then I also picked up Disney's Tarzan from him, which I was very happy to see that he had because I already have the box and the manual. So now I have that one fully complete. And he also, I also traded this, or traded for this, and that is Harvest Moon 64. Now, as you know, I was able to get a loose copy before, but now I have it box complete thanks to a rad YouTuber, Mr. Drunk Reviews. Thanks again, bud. Much appreciated. But yeah, the cartridge I had from before had a pretty worn label and stuff. So what he did was I just took in my other copy and like 1 or 2 games, and then I just traded up for this one. So usually I'm not too worried if it's got a bit of a faded label or a worn label, but this is my favorite game of all time, so I figured the upgrade was worth it. So very happy I did too. So it didn't really cost me anything, just a couple games. So yeah, Harvest Moon 64. Fresh and looking very good. So I got that. Then I got an empty box from him as well. And it is F-Zero-X. Now, it's a little wavy. It's got a sticker down there. But overall, good shape. And it's got the manual too, which is nice. And what's nice is I do have the game. So now I have that one box complete. So another one to put on the complete in box collection shelf. Next up on trade, the only GameCube game that's in this video, but one that I was very happy to find, and that is F-Zero GX. Now, I really enjoy the N64 version, and a lot of people said that this one is really well done as well. So very happy and excited to try it soon. As of the recording of this video, I just picked this up today, so I haven't had a chance to play it, but maybe by the time the video is posted I will. So yeah, but very looking forward to it because I've heard great things. So, and that's fully complete and in great shape. So, happy with that. Alright, 6 games left. 3 complete in box Game Boy Advance games and 3 complete in box Nintendo games. So I'll show you the Game Boy Advance games. Now, he had gotten these in, I think yesterday, at the time of recording this. He got them in yesterday, and he actually just held them aside. There was a few other box games he had too, but these were the 3 I wanted to trade for. He had some really good gems in there. I think there was Fire Emblem for the Game Boy Advance complete in box, Zelda, Minish Cap, a bunch of Mega Man games, so it was a really good collection that he got in. But these were the 3 that I wanted to trade for, and so I'll show you. And it was awfully nice of him to set them aside for me, so thanks, Rob. I appreciate it. And the first one is Game & Watch Gallery 4, which has 6 games in one. and I believe I have one of these for the Game Boy Color, maybe. But happy to get a Game Boy Advance version, and happy that it's complete in box. So glad I picked that one up. The next Game Boy Advance game that I picked up is Mario Tennis Power Tour. Very happy to pick this one up. I've heard really good things about the handheld version of Mario Tennis. Now I can't remember if it was the Game Boy Color one or the Game Boy Advance one that they said was really well done. But I figure if it's the Game Boy Color one, then the Game Boy Advance one should be just as good. And if it's the Game Boy Advance one, well, that's the one I got. So yeah, really happy with that and excited to try it because I've heard really good things. Now the third and last Game Boy Advance game that I got is Mario vs. Donkey Kong. And it's complete in box as well. Really good shape. And yeah, just happy to pick it up. It looks fun. And you can't really go wrong getting Mario games box complete. So happy to add that one to the collection. Now as mentioned, the last 3 games are Nintendo games. 2 of them were complete in box, and the other one he had complete in box, but I already had the game. So I said he can keep the game if he wants and sell it in his store, and I'll just take the box and manual because I already have the game. So that's what I did. And so the one that I picked the box and manual up for is River City Ransom. Really fun game. I played this one a few times. I really enjoy it. And so I'm really happy to have it complete in box now. So great game. The next one, this one was complete in box. I didn't have it already. And I haven't played it, but I talked to a few people and they seem to really like it. So I want to give it a try soon. And that is Muppet Adventure Chaos at the Carnival. So again, I haven't really tried it yet, but I've heard good things. So hope to try it soon. And it's always good to get complete box games, especially ones with Muppets. You gotta love the Muppets. So, and the last game that I got from him complete in box was probably the one I was most excited to see out of the Nintendo games, and that is Double Dragon 3. And this one can be a bit harder to find in box, and the only other time I seen it complete in box, it was for a decent price, more than I was willing to pay. So I was very happy to get this one on trade. I have Double Dragon 2 complete in box. Actually right here. So I have Double Dragon 2, now I have Double Dragon 3, and I have Double Dragon 1 loose, but I don't actually have it boxed. And I think it's, out of the 3, it's the easiest to find boxed. Maybe I'm wrong, but regardless, Double Dragon 3, complete in box, on trade, very happy. So thanks again, Rob. But yeah, those are my pickups for this video. I'm guessing it's going to be a little bit longer because I seem to ramble, but I was very excited for these games. I was very happy to see he had so many games that I was actually after, and I was able to trade for them all. So yeah, anyway, I'll stop rambling. What I'll do is I'll end the video with an overview shot of everything again. So yeah, thanks for watching. Feel free to comment with what you guys think of my pickups. If you played these games, if you like them, if you don't, etc. And yeah, I will see you with another video soon. So thanks.